someone's showing them that they care, they can be saved. So what would you say to people who have this belief that there's certain kids who can't be saved, they're hopeless cause? Because that's how I feel with a lot of teachers, even at Gary Elementary, to in the village, elsewhere there. There's people, teachers there who believe, these kids, who cares about them. They're hopeless causes. Well, what would you say to these people?
I mean, so, interestingly enough, I actually worked at Gary a little bit. I did an art program there for about 4 months, and it was through the Facebook Network. And it's up through not Chicago, one of the community agencies there. And, I mean, it's interesting because I have a cousin who, through my whole bid that was gone, was very supportive of me, would come and visit me every month. And his attitude right now is like, why don't just let the gang members have guns and shoot each other up? We could resolve that problem right there. And that's kind of heartbreaking for me to hear him say that, because like, just recently, for example, right? He sent me a text. It was a 6-year-old girl that got killed in the Middle Village about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And so my cousin texted me that night and says, like, do you still think you can make a difference? And I'm like, pondering this question, right? And I'm like, man, this guy's like really hitting under the belt, right? So my response was, and I don't know if you ever heard the story about the starfishes on the shore, and somebody's passing by and picks up the starfish and throws it back in the ocean. And some guys like randomly like, hey, why are you doing that? They're gonna die. And like, well, for the one I just picked up and threw back in there, it made a difference. So I used that same quote on my cousin, right? And then, so I said, well, and I followed it up. I said that, and I followed it up by saying, well, you made a difference in my life. So I didn't get no response from him. But we come across a lot of people who are very pessimistic and feel that there is no sense of hope. And for us, it's like, well, if we don't continue working with them, then who will? Because there's a lot of programs out there that like skimming on the top. In other words, they'll work with at-risk youth, but they'll work with the youth that are more likely to actually succeed, to get their GED, or to go back into school. And the people that we typically work with are people like Flamo, who are in the street, who are not in school, who just don't care. And the thing is, like, it's not an easy task. It's one that's very challenging, one that can be very stressful. But look at Flamo right now. He's doing stand-up comedy right now. Very funny. That's what he's very funny. But that stuff, we saw in the film, she just graduated from Lincoln Challenge. She went through a process to get her in there. And now she is in the Army. So, I mean, to me, it's like, you can have people who are going to go in and do the work, and then you got other people who are sitting on the sidelines, and some are going to cheer, some are going to just be like, it doesn't concern me, or I'm just going to give up. And that's fine. For some of us, it's our calling. For some, it's like, there's always going to be skepticism out there and critics. There's critics about the program. There's critics about the way we do things. And that's all right. That's why, to me, this film, I'm so glad it came out, because it shuts a lot of skeptics and criticism out there about the work that we do. Because a lot of the work that we do, it's very hard to quantify that information. Statistics. Everybody says data, statistics. And it's very important. Trust me, I know that now. We're doing research. But at the same time, there has to be ways that we can qualify this information. Not just quantify it, but also find ways we can measure our success. Measure the strides a lot of our youth and even adults are actually having. And so that's a challenging and kind of like, painting a story sometimes. Funders, they want those stats. They want to see how much of, difference this program make in the community. So again, I guess in so many words, man, you're going to have people who are going to criticize, and all you can do is just keep working, man.